Hello everyone. If you've been with me since the beginning, this is column 4. This is all 22 combinations for column 4. If you're new to the channel and you don't know what this is, I do encourage you to go back to the very first video, which is labeled C1, pick 3, the bottom line, C1, and you'll see what we're doing here, and you could just follow along. I cannot stress enough how important it is to get you a notebook, a 50-cent notebook, and write down these columns in order, as far as column 1, 2, 3, and 4, and write down all the combinations. This is it. You don't realize how much money you will make just by writing down the columns and the combinations that belong in each column. Okay, I'm gonna give you another strategy that I also use, and it works very well. I recommend that you can use a notebook or a piece of paper, or you could go to a dollar store and get you a cheap calendar and keep track of what column plays for that day. I know some people, they play both drawings. I know I do. I play in my state, I played the mid and the evening drawing. I know some states, there's 4 drawings, some have 3. And then there's some people, they just play just one drawing. They don't play anymore but one, and that's fine also. What you want to do with that calendar or that piece of paper, on one side you want to write down the date, okay, the exact date, and then you want to write down, you can write down the combination, or you can write down the column number that the combination came from. And this is the reason that I say this, because after 10 days you will be able to see which column is the hottest column out of those 10 days, and you will be able to see which columns have not played yet out of those 10 days. That is very important, because a lot of times I've won because the column was overdue. So I knew that column was up next to play. 10 days went by. That's enough time for all 10 columns to run. They do not run that way. Okay? You might even see a pattern in those 10 days. Okay? And I give you an example. Let's say the first 4 days. Let's just say, for example, the first 4 days, the columns ran in this order: 4, 3, 2, 1. And then on that 5th day, they played the column 2 again. Okay, now you got 2 choices. You could repeat that column 2, and more than likely that column could come out, or you could repeat the 1, because you remember the first 4 days it was 4, 3, 2, 1. So they played the 2 again. So you remember the first time the 2 played, the next column that followed was the 1. And this is how their patterns, this is how they run the columns. And that's why I encourage you to write this down. Take these tips. If you're not interested, give this information to somebody that you know that can use it. Okay? Because it's too easy. It's just too easy. And like I keep repeating myself, I win on a weekly basis with Pick 3 just by following the statistical categories. Okay? If I want to try to play it more straight, I'll use, the 317 system. Okay? Or I'll, look for, the date sum, or I'll use the tic-tac-toe method. But having this, as a go-to really opens up a lot and shows me a much more, especially when it refers to cold and hot numbers. So I really want you to understand how important having this packet of columns with all the combinations in order is. If you want to win at Pick 3 on a weekly basis, more often than what you're winning now, I would write this down. The next video, I will be giving you column 5. Take care, everybody.